Good morning, good morning. Early one today for Big John. Um, the post office are on strike. The post office are on strike. Why should it matter to me? Well, I mean, obviously the post office employs people from around Oldham. And one of the people who works for the post office is one of my electorate. And they're on strike over pay. Um, They're all out there. They're outside. There's about a dozen of them or more outside the post office there. Well, I'll go down in a minute. Just thought I'd get my bit in, and I'm having a fag before I go down. So we're at the sorting office in Oldham. Everyone knows where it is. It's off Gloddick Road, just off Gloddick Road on the corner, overlooking Mumps. And that's where I am today. So they're all there in the tent. I'll just zoom in. I'll go down in a second, soon I've had my fag. They're all there at that blue tent. I think they've got brews and stuff like that, so I'll probably get a brew, hopefully. But yeah, so today I'm at the post office in Oldham. I'm going to go up, I'll talk to them, see if someone will talk to me who's official. Morning, Martin. And we'll see. We'll see what goes on from there. I mean, the post office, what I do know about the post office is he had a post office scandal a couple of years ago where the postmasters, the hundreds of postmasters was charged with offences of ripping money off from post office. In the end, it ended up being a fault with the computer system. People lost jobs. People's health went. A couple of people died through the pressure. They lost their houses and everything. And at the moment, they're going through proceedings, obviously taking the post office to court. Big scandal. Not a lot of people know about it, but it was affected all the postmasters in the United Kingdom after they got it's raining, guys. So I'm just getting my brolly out. Funny this, I've never filmed with a brolly like this before. I'm going to have to. I'm going to have to finish my bag before I can have used both hands. So I'm at the post office, ladies and gentlemen. Obviously, as I said, they're on strike over pay, like everybody else is at the moment. I don't know the full ins and outs, but I'll see if I can talk to someone today and see what they say. Um, if you live in Oldham, if you can go to, if you knew where the main post office was, opposite Barclays Bank, behind Weatherspoons up steps, it's moved now to HMB, and in HMB, in HMB, there's hardly anybody. There's hardly anybody working there. Takes ages to get seen to and all that. I've been, and so it's looking like they're cutting staff down now. And what I see on the media is they're going to make 6,000 redundancies. That's what I see on the media: 6,000 redundancies across the board in the post office. We'll have a walk up to the top and we'll have a look at Gloddick Road if my signal keeps. So yeah, industrial estate here coming in, and over there, if you carry on going over there, you go past the mosque at top of Green Gate Street. There are also building houses where Mum's train station used to be, the building houses. I have done a little video on that, actually. I should have uploaded it. It's right next to the Glodic area, so I'm guessing only one section of the community will be going in them new houses. I don't know. I don't know yet, but they are building new houses at the old train station at Mum. Early morning for me. They had started campaigning here from early, from like 6 o'clock, but it's too early. Then it started raining hard, and then a bit of a break, and I'm here, but it's raining again. Not as hard though. So I don't want any jobs lost. I don't want any jobs lost. Post office. I haven't worked for them myself, but I've had a few people, know a few people who've worked for a post office, and they like it. They like the job. And can I just say that during lockdown, I know we was clapping the NHS for working through and all that. So did the posties, and your mail wasn't that late. You know what I mean? And there's nothing said about that. And if we think about lockdown, how many parcels and things were being delivered because people had to stay in, and they still delivered them. But you know, the postman must be an irrelevant job if it's not worth talking about. Obviously, we've seen on the news NHS, emergency services, but the post office, and again, during lockdown, people were locked in, so posting and the mail was one of the most essential things to get stuff. And why do I know that? Because I had to do it with my mum. So I know how much it was needed. We needed to get stuff delivered online. There was important letters, paperwork to do with my mum that had to be mailed to us. And my mum was in the most vulnerable category. So yeah, I'm at the post office. I'm going to go down now, and we'll see what's going on. What about Liz Truss? Well, I mean, shambles. Why is it a shambles? Because the fluctuation in the markets and all that lot. But a lot of people are saying it's all right. You know what I mean? And she just made a few mistakes. I mean, if you was working in a normal job, you know, and you were learning, a prime minister, obviously she's a woman prime minister, so she's got to fit in. And I heard people talking last night. Well, she doesn't know this, she doesn't know that. Why she has advisors? That's why she has a Chancellor of the Exchequer, because they do know these things. So being prime minister, you don't have to know everything. You just need a common sense approach to things, which we haven't got that common sense approach because it's influenced by the globalists, the EU, whoever's playing the tricks on it. It's influenced by them. So there is no logical, like choices and that being made within the government because they're being controlled by whoever. I mean, they're just puppets. That's why we want to get into politics. The NHP UK want to get into politics. You don't have to be a genius to be a politician. You don't have to be a genius. What I think is essential qualities for a UK politician. Number one, honesty. Honesty. That's what I want to see out of all the politicians. We don't see that. We don't see that honesty. We know what it's like. Vote for us, we'll do this, we'll do that, then they don't do it. So I want honesty, mate, out of a politician. It's just something that we just don't see in our politicians, unfortunately. maybe we can change that. That's what I want to do. But yeah, so I'm at the post office today. Car park campus, number one. Let's see what it, priority in the UK for work for the working man is housing and illegal immigration. It certainly is. It certainly is. Kemi Badenoch said it well. We're never going to sort out housing until we sort out immigration. That's what she said when she was running for her prime minister's. When she was running for prime minister, and I totally agree with that. Should be in our party, that lady. So it's Big Johnny. Early morning, 8:30. I'm in Oldham. I'm at the main sorting office. Gonna go down now and chat with someone if I can. Please get sharing. Yeah, but that disastrous mini budget is levelled off. That's what I've been told. It never. It looks like it were going to crash, but it levelled off. I mean, you don't get enough. You don't get enough time to set your place out. You know, when you go to a new job, you normally get 6-week trial or something, 2-month or a 3-month trial. There's no trials in politics. The only trials there is when you're guilty of just nothing and then you get chopped up. You know what I mean? And so no one's giving them a chance. So we'll have to see. Excuse me, there's someone I can talk to about the strike. No, come on, you know, I don't want to. Well, do you not want it advertised or anything? I'm an Alderman. I have a good reach. No, you don't want to talk. Why don't you want to talk? I'm not a media or anything. I'm just a YouTuber. You're getting national. Well, what about local then? Rubbish MEM aren't local. They're politically correct. Yeah, but I'm an Alderman, me, and I've got mates. I've got mates who work. I know I've got mates who work for the post office. I'm concerned because you're going to lose some. Are going to lose your job. So you know, I want to find out what's up. Well, the media says there's 6,000 jobs under. Yeah, it says 6,000 jobs. Yeah. Say what? No one wants to talk fucking now, honestly. So you know what I mean? MEN, the biased Manchester newspaper, and nobody will talk. It's pretty shit that, and I'm an Alderman as well, and I have a good reach. But what I'll do, I'll remember that, mate. I'll remember that. Now, even though I've got people I know working for the post office, I will remember that. Bit ignorant, but you know what am I? What am I supposed to expect? Well, actually, very fucking ignorant. That's what I'm supposed to accept. Well, I'm here anyway. No one wants to talk. I don't know what union it is. CWU. So yeah, this is where we get our mail. If it's late or anything, or a parcel gets delivered and it doesn't land at the same place, you know what I mean, or whatever, and you have to come pick. And again, I know people who work for the post office. So you know, if one of my constituents works for the post office, going to lose his job because they're being horrible with him. Remember, they had the post office masters scandal, where hundreds of postmasters were charged with offences relating to stealing money, and when in the end it was the computer system, that messed up. But yeah, no one wants to talk. Fucking ignorant twats, honestly. And you know, I'm an older than me. I'm not MEN. I live quarter of a mile away from here, and I've lived around this area. So you know, it's my town. As that guy said, many of them from here are from Oldham. So shouldn't I be concerned that they're losing jobs? You know, if I was an Oldham councillor, I'd be concerned. I'm not saying the post office is the biggest employer. The biggest employer, I don't know who it is now, but the biggest employer that shut down was Shop Direct in Littlewoods. That employed more people in Oldham than any other single business, and that's shut down and gone to Birmingham. But I'm guessing the post office has a lot of workers, and that might be in the band of biggest employers in Oldham. It might be. I'm not saying it is. I'll have to do a bit of a look into it and research. But yeah, I'm at the post office, and they don't want to talk to me. They don't want to talk to me. The media coverage we have is MEN, and they're easily paid for and bought for. So, and the globalists and the ones controlling our downfall will be easy to control them. So they should go to a citizen journalist like me. That's what they should do. They'll get a better reach around Oldham, and stuff like that on the live. And I've got a pretty good following Oldham. So, you know, they should talk to us. It's a disgrace how people are losing their jobs in all these kind of things. Yeah, the big bosses in these companies are earning millions. We sold off all our energy to foreign companies who are just raking it in now, raking it in. So, you know, I am concerned that jobs are being lost in Oldham. I should be. Everyone should be. As I said, it's one of the poorest, most destitute towns in the United Kingdom. I showed you the stats. We have, actually, I'm in one of the wards. Yeah, if I'm in Alexandra ward, which I think I am, I think that's a boundary, Gloddick Road. And this is in the top 5 of poorest wards in the United Kingdom. Alexandra is one of them. That's absolutely bang on, 100% factual, ladies and gentlemen. I put that details out many a times. And we have 4 wards in the top 10. And there's only 2 wards that are higher than us, Hackney and Tower Hamlets. I mean, the only ones that are worse in poverty and that than Oldham. We have a £500 million family tax credit bill per year, 500 million, so that's £500 million. We don't have so many skilled jobs here now. We used to, but we don't now. There's no mills. We did have PCB assembly, a company called Ferrantis that moved to Cairo Mill, but it ended up making it ended up making the little chipboards for Israeli missiles to blow Palestine up. So they protested, and the factory moved out. They moved to another site now, so they're not in Oldham, and that's after weeks of protest. But you know, the post office has been around forever. Has absolutely been around forever, and you know, I should be concerned if jobs are being lost at the post office in Oldham because they employ Oldham people. So, you know, I should be lost. Have we seen anything off any of our councillors or anything? I haven't seen anything on I Love Oldham site. I haven't seen anything really anywhere in Oldham or our councillors mentioning that the post office are on strike. That I haven't heard anyone mention how many jobs could be lost or anything like that. So, you know, what are our council? Our council obviously are bothered about political correctness, building temples on ground for housing, and calling everyone politically correct names when they go against them. And that's what our council are up to. But Big John's here. Is any Oldham councillor independent going to mention the post office? Mention the jobs that are lost off Oldham people? That's what I want to see. I haven't seen anything. I haven't seen anything off any independents, any local councillors, Labour concern. I haven't seen fuck all off any of you lot. Big John's here. Even though they won't talk to him, he's here giving you facts and figures and telling you how it is. So I haven't seen any Oldham councillors sticking up for any of these people, and a lot of them work. A lot of them are from Oldham. You know, the post office must make money. They get bonuses. I'll have to look into it. It's an essential service in as far as I'm concerned. It's a really essential service, and it is so much more essential during and after lockdown. So how did people get the parcels and letters? How did they communicate and stuff like that during lockdown? The postmen, I didn't see anyone clapping for them when they were out at 6 o'clock in the morning delivering your letters or anything like that. I didn't. We clapped for everyone else, but I didn't see that. And again, during lockdown, I had to get a lot of stuff delivered, important paperwork for my mum, because we moved during the lockdown, important medical information, and if there was no posties, then it could have been detrimental to me and my mum. So I think it's really important, me, that we should look into these things. Stick up for them where we can. Again, a lot of the people there employed are from Oldham. So, yeah, I should be concerned. As a local councillor, I would be concerned. Because there's jobs lost there. And obviously, we don't want our town going more into poverty. But whether independents, any other councils are going to mention it, you know, whether they're not going to mention it, so what? It's a big company and stuff like that. You might see it doesn't have nothing to do with you, but has to do with a lot of things. And during this lockdown, the mail and the posties, there was no clapping for them. There was no, and no one talking about them, that they had to carry on delivering letters and stuff like that. It's just madness, man. It's just madness. It is just absolute madness. But nobody will talk to me, ignorant. But it's really ignorant. It's really ignorant. I'm gonna come again as well. I'm gonna come again and see if I can get to talk to someone. But pretty ignorant that, you know, you'd expect them wanting to talk if they're getting a reach into Oldham and the Oldham area of somebody who could be a councillor who might fucking support them. You know what I mean? Ignorant bastards. Getting a bit mad now. Sorry, guys. Just ignorance. You know what I mean? And you know, if I'm a councillor, I would want to support companies and jobs in Oldham, because we want jobs. I don't get it, man. I don't get it that we build temples on land for housing when we've got a housing crisis. We give houses away to mosques when we've got an housing crisis and people need housing and stuff like that in Oldham. And it's just unbelievable that they obviously haven't got the priorities right. But what I would say is that they're politically correct and only appease a certain section of the community. Said it many a time. The ward and all of Oldham, not just one particular area or one section of the community. But unfortunately, that's how it is in Oldham, as I've shown many a times. But my outside post office, the ignorant gets won't. His media coverage is Manchester Evening News. I haven't seen any. Probably the Oldham Times. I think the Oldham Times would have done something, but I haven't seen. Sorry, I've took my notifications off. I heard them all banging then. Yeah, we also give housing away to those who've just got in the country before our own people first. We know that. We've mentioned that many times, and that is 100% correct. You know what I mean? Before our homeless, our veterans just get treated like shit. Nobody cares about them, but we have to care about everyone else around the world and not us. Meanwhile, we're going through poverty, fuel crisis, food's gone up and stuff like that, and still we're the last on the list to be thought about. But that's typical UK. That is, we should be, as my party says, National Housing Party, putting UK first. That's what we should be doing. But no, it's none of that. Right, rain's gone. So it's 8:45, and I'm outside the main sorting office in Oldham Post Office. They're on strike. A couple of dozen people there. But apparently, no one wants to talk to me, even though I could be a councillor. I could be supporting them. I could be supporting them. I could be though, couldn't I? I could be, and I would think. I would think that other councillors and other people in Oldham would be worried that people are going to lose their jobs. You know what I mean? But they don't seem to be worried. I am. I am. Oldham's in poverty, so I'm worried that jobs are going to be lost. It just goes more into digging Oldham into the shithole that it is. But they don't want to talk. Don't want to talk. They can go and talk to the biased, cabal-run media. Let them talk to them. They'd get better chance if they went more local and people in Oldham, because we need the post office. How much I can't say that, how much I needed this post office during moving while I'm looking after my mum for 2 years. Important paperwork. I did a lot of emailing, but we still needed paperwork and reports and stuff like that on my mum's health. And the post office never seemed to stop. The post never seemed to stop. Did it? Never seemed to stop. Although we clapped for everyone else and congratulated everyone else. Nothing from them, but that's just the way it goes. Just the way it goes. So again, any independents, any of our Oldham councillors concerned or worried that jobs are going to be lost at the Royal Mail, and it looks a diverse pickup of people from around Oldham. So it won't be just one area these people are from. They'll be from all different areas around Oldham, and it's their jobs. Again, I've known people who've worked in post office and they've liked it. They've liked it. The guys who I've known who worked in post office, and the few guys I know didn't just work for a year. They worked for like 10 years in the post office, so they like the job. So and again, it's the essential services, essential as anything else, especially during that lockdown and that when we had to stay in and get stuff delivered. I can't say how common sense that the things I'm saying about it, but I'll come again, and I'll try and keep it up regular. It's not far from it's 5-minute walk from my house, so I'll try and keep it up, and I'll come week after week, and I'll do some research. I'll look into facts and figures over the next couple of weeks, and next time I come, I'll give you a better update. I'm live tonight at 7 p.m. So I might mention this a little bit, and we'll go through a bit of research on what's happening with the post office at the moment. How many jobs they're saying there's supposed to be 6,000 jobs. That's what that guy said. Then he confirmed it. He said the bosses are looking at 6,000 jobs being took from post office. Again, you heard the man say it. A lot of the people who work for post office from Oldham, so I should be concerned that Oldham jobs are going. Again, the councillors, our councillors, or independents, have you said anything? Do you know people who work for post office? And I bet you lot have all had all your stuff being delivered by post. So it's why no one's saying anything from Oldham. Why none of our councillors are people in prominent positions in Oldham saying anything. Jobs lost, jobs lost. So, you know, they should be. They should be talking about it. And again, I'm not 100% sure, but, you know, I can give you a good judge. I'm not 100% sure, but the post office must, I think, be one of the biggest single employers in Oldham. I'm telling you. I'm telling you. So something that I remembered from before, but again, what I'll do tonight, I'll have a look. I'll see if we can figures about how many people work for the post office in Oldham. Yeah, we'll see. Obviously, the 6,000 job losses are across the board. They're across the board, the 6,000 jobs. Sorry about the interference. I'm in Oldham and I'm at the post office. I've been up and asked if anyone wants to speak, but no, they said no. But I will come again. They've seen me a couple of times. They might be able to speak, and I'll have a word with people who I know in the post office to word them up. You know what I mean? Look, citizen journalist John Lawrence here for the Nationalising Party United Kingdom. On the ball, doing what he's good at, is getting in on the action and seeing what's going on in Oldham. Oh, cop car crash last night, Peter. Right. I tell you, you're right. Honestly, that's scary. That's scary. You know what I mean? Because I can't see the wages being better than maybe the post office, but we'll have to look into it. I'll do a bit of research and I'll look into it. But I'm off home now. I'm gonna walk around to Mum. Nobody wants to talk to me, ignorant twats. When I'm a councillor, though, when I'm a councillor, I'll talk more about post. Like I said, one of my electorate, one of the guys who votes for me, works for post office, and when he told me what he's going through, I wanted to see what's going on. I wanted to get involved. I wanted someone to tell me, you know, what they're fighting for, to give me some facts and figures from their side. But no, they don't want to. But I'm going to come again, and if they won't talk to me, I'm just gonna give them an hard time. I'm sorry, I am. Big Johnny here, and I'm just walking back up to the beginning of Gloddick Road, Leeds Road, fire station. I'm headed off home now, going having a brew. I'm a bit damp, and tired because I were up early this morning. Fire station tower there. Ignorant. Well, how ignorant that is. A local YouTuber who can, you know, a local YouTuber too old. I'm not national. I'm not doing for any newspaper or anything. I'm a local YouTuber. I have older people on my stream and they won't talk to me. They won't talk to me. Quite ignorant, that. I might email them up today or find out who's running. Email the union. Good idea. I'll do it tonight. I'll do it on stream tonight. I'll email that union and I'll complain. That's what I'll do. I'll say, listen, I'm from Oldham, a prospective local councillor, and you guys aren't talking to me and are being ignorant. So we'll email them tonight while I'm on the show. That's what I'll do. I'll do it on the show tonight. Heading back down to Mumps now. I'll there's a little ginnel there that goes through and cuts through, so I didn't have to walk round there, but I could have gone the little ginnel, but I didn't want to scare anyone walking down ginnel with my camera out and all that lot. So just walk round. So good morning, everyone. Big Johnny here, NXP UK TV live, Oldham Post Office, where the protesters won't talk to me. I don't know why, don't know for what reason. I haven't put anything on Facebook or anything. I'm a local lad as well. He said he'd got local news. Manchester Evening News. Looking local, bias, cabal run newspaper. And they're not always truthful. You know what I mean? They might be local, but they don't always tell it as it is. And they get everything wrong. They get details wrong all the time, Manchester Evening News. So, yeah, thank you for tuning in. Big John here. Post office just over at back there. It's a side building to it. Obviously, the posties don't want to talk to me. But I'll come again. There's a thing. I've got a list of dates that they're protesting. So I'll come again. It's no biggie. It's nothing out of the way of my daily routine, and it's 5-10 minutes away from where I live, so I shouldn't have no problem getting here in the mornings for this time again. But we'll come again. But I'm live tonight, 7 p.m. I haven't really picked anything for tonight. I was going to talk about the ABA sinkhole or Anna Roffery, but I think we'll talk a little bit about Anna Roffery tonight, which is the decorative mayor of Liverpool, who tried to stitch over a patriot. We went to magistrates, then we ended up going Crown Court, and the patriot came, was acquitted. It was thrown out of court, and in the court, that's what we're doing. Anna Roffery is going to get took to court. We're going to take the police. The police are getting took false arrest. Anna Roffery has lied, mismatched the statements and everything. But I'll talk a little bit more about that tonight. But Anna Roffery, mayor of Liverpool, she wanted to be the crime commissioner mayor, the Joe Anderson's job, and Labour didn't have her in. But we know why, because she's a nasty, horrible, she's an horrible person. She's an horrible person, and she's not. She's just out for herself. This is Big John. I'm at Mumps, NHP UK TV, live tonight, 7 p.m. And I'll see you later on. I'm going home for some breakfast. But thank you for tuning in. Just let me get me infos up there. Our emails, my phone number, my PayPal, everything's there. Please join our party. You can search it up, nationalisingpartyuk.com or whatever, and join our party. £20 fee for joining, working, not working £10, but we do. If you want to help us and can't be an activist or anything like that, join the party. Give us 20 quid in our PayPal. Let's get some money coming in. I've got 5,000 leaflets to get delivered before the 17th of November. So if you can help, I'm out this Friday. I will be. If you can help, up to 17th of November, let me know. We're in Oldham. I've got a quite controversial leaflet coming out. It's got a big section on gender identity. It's controversial because it says things like we don't want any immigration. So it's going to be controversial. Gender identity, and I also state that Keir Starmer can't tell you the definition of a woman, and in big letters, adult human female on it. And we've had a fairly okay response from Hollingwood over it so far. A couple of people have said, look, let them be what they want to be, but we shouldn't be teaching kids at 3-year-old. That's what some 50-odd-year-old woman said to me. She's not an activist or anything, but she's obviously aware Sorry about the interference. Right, I'm going, guys. Thank you very much for tuning in. Please share Big Johnny or NHP UK TV live from outside the post office, and the ignorant gets wouldn't talk to me. But thank you very much. I'll catch up. Hope you all tonight, 7 p.m. Thank you.